stupid power surge literally fucked my whole stream and even the fucking layout. Like, how does a stream layout get fucked by a fucking power surge? Like, I don't understand. How? What, like, the connection? What is the logic behind my layout and a power surge? But I know I can't, for some reason, fucking reset my webcam settings. Mess. Ugh. Okay. Now I was gonna have to, because the only thing that pissed me off is the fact that I only had like what? I didn't have much left. I have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to this fucking thing, and I had to go through a power surge. And I'm gonna have a stream of a 10 minute stream, 15 because I'm very annoyed at the moment. But regardless, anyway, let's finish this fucking story. Dumb power surge. Fucked everything up.
Own work, and how he always just made his wife feel like she had to hold the house down. And it was this whole conversation he's like leading and teaching. And it seems like the only one in the entire Franke household that's really concerned, that's not a full-fledged child, that's getting concerned about this is Sherry. She's very suspicious of Jodie. Something about Jodie is cold, not maternal, but in the worst way possible. It's like the absence of any maternal energy. Sherry starts looking into who exactly Jodie Hildebrand is, and she seems like a grifter. Honestly, like a con woman. On her website, there's packages that you can purchase. Leadership training, 6-week program, 1 person, 800. Team leadership program, 5,000. Company leadership training, 15,000. Jodie learns the reason that Jodie switched from therapy to full-blown counseling and life coaching is because, yes, there's more money, but also she's on probation. Her license was suspended.
Yep.
At this point, Adam Paul Steed's story was not fully out, so it just was like Jodie was disclosing patient information to the honor code at BYU. It wasn't the level that we know today. Even the way Jodie responds to criticism is alarming. In one video, Jodie demands people leave her better reviews. She starts ranting.
It's confusing to me. It's like you guys like what you're getting from us, and we're saying, hey, can you please help? Can you please take 5 minutes and hit a button and go give us a 5-star review? Please? I don't understand why you won't do it. There is a link underneath every single video.
I think we've had 5 people from the last time I asked, which is probably a month ago. 5 out of almost 9,000, 5 people to give us a review. That's 5. And we've had probably 50 to 75 people give us 1-star reviews. So we started with a 5, and in 3 months, we're down to like a 2. There is a link underneath every single video that says, give us a review. Click it and give us a 5-star review, please. I don't understand why you won't do it.
Don't deserve it.
All of this to the side, Sherry is noticing how extreme things are getting in the house. Jodie would say extreme things like, it's extreme, but it has to be because we're surgically removing the sin. We're surgically removing the sin from your souls. May 2021, Jodie calls Ruby, freaking out. She's wailing and sobbing into the phone. This is Jodie, the life coach extraordinaire, crying to her client. She tells Ruby that it's happening. It's time. The second coming, Doomsday, the apocalypse. The shadow figures are coming for her. They're haunting her. They just surround her at night, all around the bed. Jodie knows Satan is behind this. He has it out for her. He's the one sending them. We talked about this in part 1, but Ruby and Kevin were prepared for Doomsday, the second coming. Kevin says, because we were in that state of mind where we were ready for something big to happen, we were expecting it. We just weren't expecting this. So to them, this sounds incredibly rational, level-headed. Yes, of course, Satan Daddy is sending you demons at night.
Right.
So they go to Jodie's house to be with her while she goes through these demonic possessions to give her support. So for months, the church bishop would come to help Jodie, I guess, with exorcisms, but nothing's working. Bishop even suggests, maybe the demons are attached to your $5 million house. Maybe you gotta leave.
5 million?
Which means maybe Jodie can stay with you, Ruby. Live with you and the rest of the Franke kids until she's better.
Right.
Move into the Franke household.
Right.
Kevin says, oh, hell no. I don't want this in my house. But I was beaten over the head with it. That's really insensitive. She's done so much to help our family. You're being selfish. She needs it. And come on. And It won't be for long. And so I relented and I was like, okay, actually, this could be kind of fun. Let's make it fun. And she needs a vacation, so we'll just do all of this. And it turned into the moment she showed up at my house, which was just the weirdest crap started happening. He
Wait,
says,
so the church leader told Jodie to live with Frankie?
well, it was more so, I don't know how to help you. Maybe the demons are in your house. I gotta go.
Oh, so Ruby just took her in.
Yeah, Jodie and Ruby were like, oh, let's go to Ruby's house.
Okay.
Now, Kevin says out of nowhere, the lights would turn on and off. It sounds like people were walking inside the walls. You could feel there's spirits floating around. Kevin says he hated it, that it was weird. But he probably didn't hate it as much as Sherry hated it. She just remembers her mom calling her. You have a couple of hours to take whatever you need out of your room, and Jodie's moving in. You're moving out in 2 weeks already to go to college, so I figured you only have to deal with it for 2 weeks, so it should be fine. Sherry says it was fine, but I thought it was weird that a therapist would move in with her patients. But it gets worse.
Highly
Sherry
unethical.
writes in her journal at the time, the house's spirits feel weird with Jodie here. Something's going on between her and my parents that we don't know about, and the whole thing is super secretive. I'm trying to spend as much time out of the house as I can.
This is the desert house?
No, this is the Franke house.
Oh, the desert house is not Frankie's house.
No, that's Jodie's house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Their family home that they've been vlogging in.
Okay.
Now, Jodie is still suffering from her demonic possessions, her trances. Both Ruby and Kevin are trying to help her through it, but eventually Jodie starts responding best to Ruby. Ruby even volunteers to stay in Jodie's room overnight, which is her daughter Sherry's room, to comfort Jodie because the demon spirits get more active at night. They start sleeping in the same bed. Ruby tells Kevin, you know what, I'm just going to start sleeping in there. And if I need you, I'll come down and get you. And maybe if I'm in the room with Jodie, these things will leave her alone. Kevin says,
Platinum.
I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. That is when they started sleeping in the same bed.
Drop down of platinum
Kevin
too.
says that's also when, quote, Ruby started having like trances and stuff. I would say it was probably around that time that she believed she was going to heaven and seeing God and Jesus talking with them. They would stay locked in that room for 4 to 5 hours, and then they would come out all on cloud 9, and Ruby would say things like, she just had this amazing vision. We're all bringing all this stuff into the world. We're doing God's work. Yeah. Kevin says, I don't know the extent to which their interactions went, but it was much more than a friendship, much more than a sisterhood. It was uncomfortably intimate. Sherry says, I never remembered her being that sympathetic towards me when I was having similar issues, aka nightmares as a kid, but I guess this was different with Jodie. Also, Sherry says, Ruby and Jodie would stay upstairs all day and they would rarely leave the house unless they were going to Dairy Queen. Their diets were a cardiologist's nightmare, just sugar and ranch dressing. So after moving out for college, there's this very strange incident where Sherry has to go back home to get a few things from her room. She says, I pushed the door to my bedroom and I looked around confused. The room was bathed in the soft glow of candles. The air was heavy with the scent of lavender and vanilla wafting from the massage oils in the dresser. I quickly grabbed what I needed and got the hell out of there, feeling like I just walked into someone else's honeymoon suite. The only thing missing was rose petals on the bed.
That is crazy.
Sherry says the whole thing was made weirder by the fact that that night, Sherry's sleeping on the couch. She can't fall asleep. It's like 5 a.m. She hears something, and she writes in her book, quote, I cracked one eye open just in time to see Ruby tiptoeing out of my room, her hair messy, her cheeks flushed, and her robe hastily tied, heading back to the bedroom she shared with my dad, a strange smile on her face. She looked mischievous. What the hell was going on? Why was Ruby sneaking around in the middle of the night like a teenager, trying not to get caught by her parents? Were they really doing candlelit massages in my bedroom? How could all of this be happening with all of us in the house? She continues, it was equal parts fascinating and horrific. Two women who preached, quote, truth while living lies, who condemned queerness very publicly in their connections videos while embodying it privately in my room, on my bed, most likely.
Yikes.
Later, Sherry will find notes in Ruby's computer detailing how frustrated Ruby was about having to cater to Jodie's needs for physical affection without getting anything in return. Which is a lot going on, but at the time, all Sherry is most concerned about is her family's safety. Sherry starts Googling, is my family in a cult? this is where I leave you with part 2. And stay tuned for part 3 and part 4. So part 3, we're going to go over if people could have seen more warning signs. Because
Probably.
up until the day of the arrest, they're still posting podcast episodes, like 30-minute podcast episodes. And some of what they're teaching kind of lines up to what they're journaling about the torture that was taking place. And then in part 4, we go through the arrest. Stay tuned. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Saints. You know that I have a lot of issues with this game when it comes to luck and whatnot. So, yeah, of course I would be ranked. What did he? Also, I'm still mad that this power surge just fucked my entire setup. I don't understand how to put it back where it's supposed to or how it's supposed to. Other than that, guess we're good. Anyway, I will now stop this one and play a little bit of video games before going to bed for work. Bye.